No one on Outpost 9 talked about the spear woman. People whispered about her. Soldiers avoided the canyon. Engineers even removed the area from the station map. But every night, when the desert winds screamed, Lieutenant Her.HFY heard her scream with them. He did not believe in ghosts. He did not believe in alien curses. But he did believe in something else. No living being deserved to die alone. And the night Her.HFY finally entered the Forbidden Canyon, he discovered the truth. A creature was not haunting the base. A woman was begging for help. Impaled through her chest by a glowing alien spike. Unable to move, unable to die. She had been trapped there for decades. And her eyes were still alive. Her.HFY stood at the canyon entrance, boots sinking into the soft red sand. The wind carried dust across the rocky ground, whispering like old voices. The warning signs were still there, and no entry. Dead zone. High radiation. But they were old, half-broken, almost forgotten. Only one thing looked new. A single deep footprint. Fresh. Human. Her.HFY looked around the empty desert. No one else was there. He breathed out slowly. All right, let's see the truth. He stepped into the canyon. The forbidden path. The walls were high, sharp like broken blades. Strange symbols glowed faintly across the rock, ancient alien markings, older than human colonization. His helmet scanner beeped from time to time, struggling to understand the strange energy ahead. The deeper he walked, the colder the air became. Her.HFY had been a soldier for 10 years. He had seen war. He had faced pirates. He had crashed a shuttle and survived. But nothing felt like this path. It felt as if the canyon was watching him. Something living. Something waiting. A sudden gust of icy air hit him. Then he heard it. A soft, weak voice. Help, please. Her.HFY froze. He raised his flashlight and slowly moved toward the sound. Is anyone there? He called out. Silence. Then. Please. I'm still here. The voice was not human. But it was gentle, shaking, tired. He followed it around a sharp corner. And then he saw her. The spear woman. She hung against a tall alien pillar. A long, glowing spike went through her chest and pinned her to the structure. A soft blue liquid pulsed inside the spike, keeping her alive but unable to move. Her body was thin, delicate. Her skin was pale silver, like moonlight. Her hair floated gently around her face, as if touched by a breeze only she could feel. But her eyes were bright gold. Alive. Afraid. And full of pain. Her.HFY stepped forward carefully. I'm Lieutenant Her.HFY. I'm human. Can you understand me? She opened her mouth, trying to speak, but a broken breath escaped her lips. Decades, she whispered. I have been here for decades. Her.HFY's stomach tightened. You're still alive? She gave the smallest nod. The spear, it keeps me alive, but not free. A tear slid down her cheek. Please, help me. Her.HFY studied the spike. The energy around it hummed like a heartbeat. It was old alien tech, unknown, dangerous, unpredictable. Why did no one save you? Her.HFY asked softly. She looked away. Shame filled her eyes. My own people did this, she whispered. Punishment for protecting humans. Her voice cracked. They left me to die. But the spear does not let me die. I feel everything. Her.HFY felt anger burn inside his chest. That's torture. She nodded weakly. Yes. Endless torture. He raised his hand slowly. If I pull it out, will it kill you? I do not know, she breathed. No one has ever tried. All I know is, you are the only one who has ever come close. Her.HFY lowered his hand. Why me? Because, she said softly, you have a human heart. And humans still choose mercy. The choice. The canyon wind howled around them. Rian stood silently, thinking. If he freed her, he could kill her. If he freed her, he could release something dangerous. If he freed her, the military could court-martial him for disobeying orders. But if he didn't free her, she would stay like this forever. Alive. Alone. Suffering. Forgotten. Rian's voice was gentle. What is your name? She blinked slowly. My name is Syrah. Syrah, he repeated. I won't leave you here. I promise. Her golden eyes trembled. Not with fear this time. With hope. Something she had not felt in decades. The rescue attempt. Rian examined the spike more carefully. It was connected to the pillar through a small crystal core glowing bright blue. If I break the power source, he murmured, the energy field might drop. It may also explode, Syrah whispered. Rian gave a small smile. Better than leaving you here. For the first time, she gave a weak smile back. He unhooked a plasma cutter from his belt. Hold still, he said gently. She laughed weakly. I cannot move. He started cutting into the crystal core. Sparks flew. The air filled with sizzling heat. Suddenly the pillar shook violently. Syrah gasped. It is waking up. What is waking up? Rian shouted over the noise. The Guardian, she cried. The weapon that watches the prisoner. A heavy rumble echoed through the canyon. Dust fell from above. A deep metallic growl came from the darkness. Rian spun around, raising his rifle. A massive figure stepped out of the shadows. A towering alien machine, 3 meters tall, covered in long blade-like arms and glowing eyes. Its voice boomed. Prison breach detected. Terminate the human. Rian fired. Energy beams scraped off its armor. The machine charged. Rian dodged, rolled, fired again, but nothing damaged the creature. Syrah screamed, the core! Break the core! Rian turned, fired a full power shot at the glowing crystal. It cracked. The energy spike inside Syrah flickered. The Guardian roared. Rian fired again. The crystal finally shattered. The spike through Syrah's chest turned dark. Her body fell forward. Rian dropped his rifle and caught her in his arms. The Guardian screamed as its power faded too, crumbling into dust. Silence fell over the canyon. Syrah lay weakly against his chest, breathing fast. You saved me, she whispered. Rian smiled softly. I said I would. After the rescue. He carried her out of the canyon slowly. The sun rose over the dunes, painting the sky with orange light. For the first time in decades, Syrah felt sunlight on her skin. It feels warm, she whispered. That's the sun, Rian said with a smile. It means you're free. Syrah looked up at him. Why did you help me? You did not even know me. Rian stopped walking. He looked into her golden eyes. Because sometimes saving someone is the most human thing we can do. Syrah closed her eyes as tears fell from them. No human has ever shown me such kindness. Get used to it, Rian said softly. You're safe now. She rested her head against his shoulder. Thank you, Rian Holt. You did what no one else dared. He smiled, carrying her across the warm sand. You're welcome, Syrah. Far behind them, the canyon, once a place of torment, was silent at last. And Syrah, after decades of suffering, finally took her first real breath of freedom.